The Department of Veterans Affairs has estimated that fewer than 2 million American World War II veterans are still alive. Deaths are estimated to range between 700 and 1,100 every single day. Alicia New is on a mission to record as many of these stories on film as possible before these national treasures are all gone.
Now we're going to talk about the interesting parts of everyday life that a lot of people today don't really understand. Now, having grown up with my dad, I know that you have some fun stories to talk about when it comes to food. It sounds fun to me now, but I'm sure it wasn't fun for you then.
Yeah, we had good food in the Navy most of the time.
Yeah.
Most especially on holidays. Man, they'd cook up a meal that just wouldn't wait. But being over there about 20 months, not that long, they would get bugs in all the flour. Oh. And when they make bread, you'd have to take your slice of bread and hold it up in the light and pick out the bugs. I've got as many as 17 bugs out of one slice of bread to eat it. But one day I sort of missed that, getting one or two of the bugs out, and it was a little crunchy. And I thought about being back home as an old country boy and crackling bread. We'd kill hogs and we'd take those skins and make crackling bread. It was mighty good. I said, what in the world am I doing picking out those bugs when they taste like crackling bread? So I just started leaving them in that bread. But I did lose from 200 and some pounds to 155 over Okinawa eating crackling bread.
I guess so. Now tell me a little bit, you were in Italy is where you were stationed.
I was in Italy. I lived in a 4-man tent, navigator, pilot, co-pilot, and bombardier. And we had to make a stove that we had to build ourselves, and we had 100-octane gasoline in a 50-gallon drum right outside the tent.
What kind of food did you have when you were on the ground?
Well, we had pretty good food. We had a nice mess hall, and we had several clubs there on the base, but we were stationed in an olive orchard, and we were about 15, 20 miles north of Foggia, Italy, in a beautiful little town called La Cera. And we would visit with the Italians. We would go to their houses, and they would come over and visit with us in our tent, see? So it was, and then we had a young Italian tile setter. And he came over and he says, let me put a nice tile floor in your tent. And so,
in your tent.
So we contracted with him, and I think we gave him cigarettes, and of course they gave you an allotment of whiskey and beer and cigarettes, and so I didn't smoke, so I would trade cigarettes to him. Nice, and he put the beautiful tile floor with all types of patterns and everything in there, you know. And so, of course, the tent wasn't much bigger than this right in here, and you had four officers in the tent. And we all got along real well.
I just wanted to take a moment to say a special thank you to Hotel Duval and Hunter Harp Hospitality for hosting this beautiful room for our interviews, as well as a preview party that we had here. I also want to thank Dean LaBeouf and Scott Courtney for their support of this program, as well as the FSU Institute on World War II and the Human Experience, and of course Frank Ranicky for the wonderful voiceovers that he did. Here at Hotel Duval, they have 8 unique meeting spaces that are just as beautiful as this one, so I encourage you to check them out at hotelduval.com. This wouldn't have been possible unless all these amazing people came together. So be sure to tune in to WTXL ABC 27 on August 26th at 2:30, because this will be the very first airing of Heroic Conversations, and there's a lot more to come.